Hi guys, my name is Josie, and in this video we'll be talking about the 3 ways that the pressure to succeed as an immigrant can tend to build and the 3 ways that we can counteract that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now the first way that we'll be talking about is guilt. We know that our parents have worked very hard to give us the life that we are living right now. Uprooting yourself from a country that you have been familiar with your whole life to a place where literally everything is different is a task that I cannot see myself doing, honestly. I know myself that when I was moving from Nigeria to the UK, that my biggest fear was the change in food. Like, I was actually thinking, am I ever going to eat fried plantain again? Like, am I ever going to have patty jollof rice again? Like, we thank God for African stores every day because that was something that I would have missed so much. So in my eyes, that was honestly a sacrifice. There are of course other things that they have had to restart in, like careers. For example, your parents might have been a doctor in Nigeria, but the requirements to become a doctor in the UK, for example, will be much different. So they'd have to restart their whole career path even though they were already established in Nigeria. And the many other constant reminders of the things that they have left behind snowballs this feeling of guilt. Number 2 reason is the pressure to prove a point. A lot of us see succeeding in life as necessary to validate our parents' choice to move. I feel that if I got into Yale and got like a pre-med degree, they would just be able to dream of the amount of income that I would be able to make as a future doctor from a prestigious university. So if moving abroad is an investment, then we want to make sure we have the highest return on investment possible. Number 3 path the pressure builds, and my favorite one to talk about, is in the form of pursuing paths which might come in the form of careers because we feel like doing anything else will be disappointing. We all know the famous stereotypical expectations immigrant parents have for their kids. And the 3 famous options: engineer, lawyer, doctor, or like, what are we doing? I don't even know if law is part of the mix. I might have to replace it with like AI engineering. I've been hearing a lot of cybersecurity as well. But jokes aside, even though it's a stereotype, this is still an expectation that a lot of immigrant children grow up with. And even before we get to actually having a job, those expectations, that pressure we put on ourselves can even show up in the choices that we make in high school, the clubs we decide to join, the learning pathway we decide to take. Because either we want to become a bragging right, so our parents, like at African parties, when they're talking to their friends, they can be like, yeah, that's my daughter, then you'll just casually drop in, she just graduated from Harvard with a pre-med degree as well, and then it'll all be like, doctor, whenever they sue you, that kind of hype. Or for some others, it might be that you become the channel for your parents' unfulfilled dreams. Let's say your parents wanted to become an engineer and they never got the chance to, so that burden is on you now. Or simply just because, like we said at the beginning, you don't want to risk disappointments. With these 3 paths of pressure listed, let's now go into the 3 ways to counteract them. Number 1 is to channel the guilt that we might feel into a healthy sense of gratitude instead. We tend to be hyper aware of the privilege that we are given, and for good reason. But at the same time, there is no reason for us to feel unworthy or undeserving in any way of this privilege that we are given. So as we go along and we catch ourselves feeling guilty, let's make sure to replace that with a healthy sense of appreciation for all that our parents have done and the life that we live right now. Number 2 way is to realize that you're not doing anyone a favor by trying to be successful. Now, imagine yourself when those people aren't there. What then? We have to find our own intrinsic motivation for success. For example, if I wanted to become a doctor, I wouldn't go into med school thinking, I have to prove myself, I have to do this. But instead, I could be thinking about my future goals of what I wanted to do with a medical degree. Thinking of the thousands of lives I could save, I could help in different countries around the world. That instead would become my drive for wanting to succeed. So really, who and what are you doing it for? Number 3 reason, which might sound cliche, but is still very true in this situation, is to discover yourself. Taking time to reflect and become aware of our strengths, talents, and passions is a huge step in our self-discovery journey. And even to pursue God's assignment for us on earth, we first of all need to find out what is that thing that we are drawn to, that you notice that other people might ignore, but there's just something about it that stirs something in you. It's such a blessing to be able to do the things that we like to do and to pursue our passions without having to worry about things like resources or bad environments. We have it all: the internet, the environment, and now I'm giving you the support that you need to go pursue that dream. That's it for today, guys. I hope you were able to gain a little something from this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. Bye bye, guys.